Hello crafty friends, I am coming with a new paper collection that I designed for Kathy King with Paper Phenomenon, and let me show you this one. This is the 12 by 12. I still need to order the 8 by 8. She had already run out of it at that time, so she went ahead and sent me the 12 by 12, and so I paid Capture the Fun is for the 12 by 12 is $32.99, and I counted 24 pages in this, so this is basically 2 packs of paper in one. And then also the 8 by 8 is $19.99. I'm pretty sure that also has 24 pages. So I think that's a really good deal for all that you're getting. So let's go ahead and get on into this. So I don't know if I've ever told you this, but I'm sure I probably have in previous videos, but I went to school for photography, and then I fell in love with graphic design. So I decided to have 2 majors, and I love both, okay? But now that I am disabled, I can't really, I don't have enough balance to stand on my own without holding on to something. It's harder to take photos, if you know what I mean, right? Because you got to set the aperture and all that kind of stuff, and that's the professional way of doing it. I mean, yeah, I could do it on auto, but I'm not going to do that. So anyway, so we have Capture the Fun, and this is our cover page. So on the opposite side of the cover page is an actual page you can use, and this is a stressed burlap page with scratches on it, and so I thought that was pretty neat. And then here is the page. It's this, I call the other one the solid page, right? So this is the pattern page where you have like a camera on here, and you have like the 1 2 3 4 5, and then 6 7 8 9, and then we have where a little spot where you can put a photo. So you can either pop it on top, or you can actually cut this out and put it on there. This is a great 12 by 12 layout page, right? Or you could cut it down and make it like a 6 by 8 or 11. Let's see. Hold on. Let me grab my ruler, because I don't want to lie to you. It would be a 6 by 10, right? If you want to, or a little less than 6 by 10. So 6 by 9 3/4 page, right? You could cut off some of the top and make it smaller, but either way, this is so, I wanted to do this so that you guys could just go ahead and put photos right in there. Now let's look on the opposite side. So we have our I call it numbers page. Well, actually this is Kathy's idea. She loves numbers, and then I kind of thought this would be like an interesting like camera theme with the circles, right, as you're like aiming into the photo. Then we have some vintage film strips and photo frames, and I thought that was really fun, again with the scratching distress look. Now this is actually a daguerreotype liquid, right? And so I thought that was really cool to add that in there. And then we have another page where it has a bunch of vintage cameras and the description about the cameras. So, and I love how it has like the graph paper in the background, and then I added like these splashes of pinks in here. So that's really cool. And then we have another kind of distressed pattern with chevron, and then all this kind of distressed ink in the background. So I really like that. Then again, we have our distressed film strip page. And then again, I have a bunch of vintage cameras again. And then we have kind of like a chevron pattern in the background. It almost reminds me of a sweater chevron, really. So I love that. And then we have another, like the vintage cameras. This is the G.H. Winslow. And I thought this was really cool. Camera accessories. And then I have another spot where you can just add in a photo. Just cut this out and just pop it in there. And again, you can break this down and use it different ways or whatever. And then we have, again, another little design page. And this one, I thought it would be cool to kind of like tuck a photo, like make a little slit here, you know, and then tuck a photo in there. Sorry, my camera's being weird. Hold on, let me see. Do I need to zoom this out a little bit? I apologize, guys. There we go. Oh, should I do a little bit more? Let's see here. I don't know why my camera looks so dark. Okay. Hopefully it is not dark for you. I don't know. It's really hard to tell. Okay, anyway. This is like a beautiful distressed pink, and then I have little flowers on here. It has autographs and some postcards and definition of scrapbook. I just thought this was really fun. So there's that page, and then we have another one where it's kind of like this distressed scratch look with a film strip on the sides. And then I have another, again, another fun photo area that you can just pop the photo right in and just do a little bit of fussy cutting around there with your X-Acto knife. Or you can just lay it right on top. You could just like maybe put it to the side a little bit. It's just completely up to you guys. Love this. And then we have, you know, stop, 35 millimeter, ISO, f-stops, big smile, adjust, focus, you know, things like that. So I thought that was fun. Snap, freeze, things like that. And then again, we have another kind of like daguerreotype type liquid, you know, that they would put photos to be developed in. And again, we have our, this is a repeat, but on the back of this one, we have kind of like this really cool, fun layout with the different types of photography and frames and all sorts of things like little cash pay to treasurer. And this is all about studios and lenses and all this kind of vintage stuff in here. I thought it was fun. You know, like J. Wick photographer. So then we have another one, and this one I love this one as well. I love anything where I can just add a photo in easily. I don't really have to think about it, and that's why I started designing those types of pages. Love this little vintage Polaroid. I just thought this was kind of cute. And then again, I decided to do the vintage film strips, but then put it in vertical instead of horizontal. And then again, we have another type of daguerreotype liquid, and then, you know, with a green here. And then again, we have the vintage cameras again, but this time in a really pretty, it's like a blue-gray color. I really love this. And then again, we have our scratch page. And then again, we have it in black and white, and then we have like these distresses on the edges. Okay, and then we have our 4x6 cards. So we have take your shot, collect beautiful moments, storyteller, enjoy this sweet moment, live life unfiltered, shake it like a Polaroid picture. Thought that was really fun. And then again, here's your background. And here's all your cut aparts. And everything is like vintage camera stuff. I just thought it would be really fun. Real easy to fussy cut these. And then again, we have the picture page again with all the cameras. Now we have our journaling cards, and I just wanted you guys to be able to journal whatever you want. I just did little different types of backgrounds in here, graph and, you know, all kinds of stuff like that. And this time I kind of did like the rounded edge tag. And then we have another graph page again with the distressed edges. This is another repeat of the chevron. Okay. Very nice. Again, we have the page, number page again. I don't know if these all might be repeats. Not exactly. Some of these are not. So this is a new page. This is just a cool graph page. And I love the word page, and all these are easy with the lines around it for you to just fussy cut around it. Stay sharp, candid this day, good day this week, capture life. And again, another page of ephemera that all has to do with photography. And then I did kind of like what I call the faux washies. I like doing layering with these, okay? I also am a card maker, so layering lots of things are fun for me. Then here we have our vintage frames. And I love these little arrows and the butterfly and the film strip. I just love this bubble page, guys, I tell you. And then now we have another one. And what I decided to do on this was go ahead and have all the, in case you want to do like separate pages where you add the pictures in, right? So we have all these little frames where you can put these in here. Well, that's not a frame, but this one, you know what I mean. Then I have a large camera on there for you. Again, I have the little washi tape that says scrapbook definition. Sorry, my computer's going crazy here. Then there's the back page. And then we have our, because this was for June. And then I have a couple different little arrows, which I thought would be fun. So you could put like, you know, turn it and then put like a little word on there, or have it diagonal, vertical, whatever you want to do. Dance in the rain. I just thought these were kind of fun things to add in here. Love this little vintage scrapbook page. And there's the back, just so you can easily cut these out and not have to worry about it. Then we have our flowers, if you want to do any flowers. And then that is it. So guys, if you want to check this out, I will have the links down below. This again is in the Paper Phenomenon shop. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. And let me know if you decide to purchase the paper. The 8x8 is perfect for her new mini albums. Let me see if I know I have one near here. Where is it? But what I thought I would do is, because I love photography, go back and put some of, well, I have tons of photos, tons and tons of photos that I took when I was in school and after school and things like that. I think I might just do like a whole album of just, you know, photos and photos and photos that I took that were my favorites. So I'll definitely be sharing that. I don't know what I did with that album. That's so weird. Anyway, guys, so you guys know. I'll put the links down below for that too. I believe there is a special project for this particular collection that you can do it, and there is. So I'll list that as well. Hope you all have a wonderful and fabulous day, and I'll be seeing you all soon. Let me know what you think. Bye.